It's late, it's loose, and it's officially after hours. Welcome to the Mashup After Hours podcast, where anything can happen.
Hello, welcome along. John here. It is the Mashup After Hours podcast, season 2, episode 1. You've waited, we've waited. But don't worry, it's not Alvin, Simon and Theodore. No, it's John and the two Clares. We are back. We've been let on air yet again. Ladies, how are we?
We're good. Yeah.
The delay's unreal.
We were both waiting for each other to speak then.
Yeah, we probably should have like a system of, right, who's going to go first this week? Because we do that every single week where we both sit there like a little bit mouth open, like,
Point, but then I realise even pointing is not going to make much difference because you don't know who I'm pointing at.
We just end up pointing at each other.
Yeah, it's because you've got the same name as well. It's never going to be any easier, is it? Like, Claire, it's your turn. Which one? We didn't make things simple, did we, when we started this podcast at the beginning of 2026? But here we are, back for a season 2. This time, bigger, better, and probably, I wouldn't say any wiser, but we'll see how we get on because we are going to have guests with us on each episode going forwards. That is a scary thing, but also quite exciting as well. We're going to find out all different lifestyles, all the different things that people get up to in the world and all their amazing stories and journeys to where they are today. So that is going to be really, really exciting. All the usual stuff, though, like the question of the week, which I'll tell you what that is in a second. We've got our head-to-head, which we've changed a little bit because it was previously one of us against another. This time, it's us versus the guests. So that is exciting. So we're actually in a team at this point because we're winning points for us, and we need to win as many of us points as we can.
So Claire, you might win.
I mean, we'll see how intelligent. We have got Albert Einstein coming and Stephen Hawkins as well. So, I mean, the quiz might be.
You know, last season, whoever won the quiz then hosted. What happens if the guest wins? Do they come back next week and host for us?
They just win a point for the guests. I mean, they're just doing it for points, aren't they? So
yeah, maybe we just take it in turns to do the hostings.
And then it's
I
fair,
love how we do like these
logistic
chats live.
Yeah. There's no logistics really. There's no pre-planned anything really. It's just like, bring your stories to the table. Here's a bit about the guests, and this is what we'll do for an hour. There's none of that really, is it? Just like, do what you want, wing it. So we have got all of that usual stuff, including a confession. As usual, the listeners have been sending them in bulk. We've got loads and loads of confessions to pick through. And we will bring in not just the two stories we used to previously. We're only bringing one because we're conscious that time will be of the essence with a guest as well. So we've reduced that down slightly. So that's really the only big major changes that we've made to season 2. But it has been a while, so let's have a bit of a catch up. What have you been up to? I think we're about 10 weeks since we finished season 1 when we all got together. Clare Pal got the hysterics. We spat sweets out all over the place. And it was just absolute carnage. But what an experience being together, first of all. And what's life been like since?
You're talking like we're like some sort of celebrities, like famous. Oh, I get recognised every day.
Well, I get regularly asked when the podcast is back, so I'm classing myself as a celebrity.
That's nice. No, I do get a lot of people who are like, oh, when's it back? Or like, I've been watching it, it's good. And it is nice to get all that feedback.
It is nice. A lot of people loved season 1. I think we set the bar incredibly high with season 1, and I think we'll achieve that this season. I feel like we're onto a good thing. We've got some amazing guests lined up from every walk of life possible, so we're going to hear lots of interesting stories, and like I said, find out about their journey and everything else as well. Now, the question of the week. Then this is very juicy. Purposely, it's got 300 comments on Facebook alone for this week's question of the week. I've had to filter through them quite a lot. But the question is, what's something that instantly tells you someone is a red flag? I thought it were quite juicy. I thought it'd bring some interesting answers, and it has definitely delivered. I'll read some of those replies out. And I must say as well that the only other major difference with season 2 is we aren't live on TikTok. So all the interaction will come before recording. So, we're not live on TikTok. So everything that is happening before is just going into the podcast as we record live. And again, the ladies know nothing. We don't know what each of the stories are going to be. We don't know what the confession is going to be. We know a little bit about the guests, but we don't know what their answers are going to be. So it is going to be interesting. So yeah, life has been a bit crazy. I've lost 3 stone since the last time we recorded. I know, yeah, well done me.
Well done.
I think being healthier and fitter and a bit, a lot less weight, that I'd be like a picture of a good elf. My back is in absolute agony. And I thought losing weight, that the back pain would not be a thing. It is a major thing. I've been to a chiropractor today and I've been snapped, crackled and popped. And I'll tell you something, if you've never had it, it is a brilliant experience.
I love chiropractors.
I used to work at a chiropractor, so
no way.
It was kind of like on tap if you needed it and you were like, oh, I've slept really funny, my back hurts. Right.
Yeah. I mean, he's had me in some major, some questionable positions, but I'll be honest, it felt amazing. Every crack I was like, oh, do it again. Do another one.
Such a relief, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a very interesting process, but it has definitely eased the back a little bit. But he has said, I think you might need to come back in a couple of weeks' time. Absolutely.
They always say that.
I'll be here every week.
Next appointment in.
Yeah.
You just come back tomorrow, yeah? And then the next day, and then the next day. And you're like, I don't have that much money.
I feel like as you get older, your body just responds differently to what it did like when you was like 18, 20-year-old, whatever. Like I thought losing weight, I'd be like a picture of good elf now. It's genuinely.
You roll over in bed now and you're like, creak.
Yeah.
I feel like I was a fit fatty. I don't feel like I'm a fit skinnier person. And that's
I often say that I'm kind of fit, kind of fat. That's kind of how I describe my own physique.
I feel like Cartman. I'm not fat and big boned. But no, it's an interesting thing. I mean, that's not the only thing that's happened. Many other things have happened as well. Life's got in the way, hence why we've got to a 10-week delay on recording. We kind of set ourselves a 6-week holiday plan where we're going to have 6 weeks off and come back. But life has just been so hectic for me, especially these last few weeks. One of the questions I've got then for Claire Stephen is, how is the wedding planning going?
Oh, it's good. We are just over 2 months away now. It is really creeping up on us. I did some music planning yesterday, so we've decided on like what I'm going to walk down the aisle to and all stuff like that. So we've been doing that. We've been doing just the bits that we're into now are the bits that I'm struggling the most with because they need creativity, and I have none. Like not one single shred of creativity. So I'm desperately looking on Pinterest, and I'm still just like, I don't know. I don't know which one of these looks good, and can I do it, and can I do it cheaply? But yeah, no, it's coming together really well. I think next on the list is probably going to be my fiance's suits. So getting him and his son their suits, which I cannot wait for.
Are you hiring or buying?
I think we'll probably buy, but we won't be buying from super high end. We'll go to a good quality suit shop and get them. But if hiring's better, then like we've not really got a set mindset on it. It's just whatever works, whatever's best.
Yeah. Sometimes it works out cheaper to buy than it does to hire. I found that when we did our wedding, because I hired all our suits. So we all wore the same suits, but we just tweaked mine to look slightly bit different to everybody else. But I in my mindset, it was like, I'm never going to wear it again, so it's pointless me buying it. So I may as well just hire it. But weddings, I think anytime you put wedding in front of anything, the price is just ridiculously higher anyway. So it's one of the ones, it's not a celebration. It's a celebration for you, but it's not really about you at all. It's about everybody else that's attending, and will they enjoy it? Will they enjoy this? And are they going to enjoy this food? Are they going to enjoy the entertainment? And so it's a day for you to show off, essentially. That's all it is. An expensive day for you to show off. But it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, hopefully, if you're lucky enough. Clare Pal's been on Celebrity Watch for you, haven't you, over the last few couple of weeks? You've been finding out who's taking over the Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah.
And you also told us that Joe Lycett is going to be in season 2 of Celebrity Traitors. I mean, you are literally our little celebrity stalker.
Yeah. Yeah. Pardon?
Any other goss? Any other celebrity gossip?
No, I don't think so.
You just say, well, actually,
I don't watch like Love Island and Towie and Big Brother and things like that, but I know a lot of people talk about it, so I try and like follow it online so that I can
keep up,
join in the conversation.
Yeah. I like it.
There's a guy that I've started following, and I mean, to be fair, he tends to do it with like political stories. And he always starts his videos with, so you want to know what's going on with, and then, I don't know, what's going on with Iran, but you don't want to look like a thicky dum-dum in front of all your mates. And then he goes on to explain it in like normal people terms. And I'm like, this is the kind of man I'd like. This is what I need on my feed.
Definitely.
We kind of need one of those for the podcast, don't we? Somebody explaining to the listeners what the hell is going off during this podcast. Because
there is not one in the world that can do that. It's not, it can't be done.
Yeah, very much feel like we could do with an interpreter ourselves.
This is the Mashup After Hours podcast.
Right then, I feel like we should get our first guest on the podcast. I mean, that's, first of all, quite weird to say because it's new. We've never had guests before, but I feel like we've got a very good first guest for our first episode here on season 2. So joining us on this week's episode is professional dancer and musical theatre performer. It's Anna Gellett, which I hope I've said right.
Hello.
Hello, Anna. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
I'm great, thank you. And what a privilege to be one of your first guests.
I know, amazing, right? I mean, I don't know about the ladies amongst us, but I feel genuinely nervous. I've interviewed people before. It just feels a really weird concept because we've never done it together collectively as a group, so it just feels really bizarre having a guest with us.
Even though and also to not be there in person as well, like.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I feel like we're in COVID again. Yeah. So here's the presentation, ladies. This is what we're learning on today's session. Well, Anna, let's talk about you. Obviously, we know a little bit about you. The listeners might not, but let's go right back to the beginning. When did you first fall in love with dancing and performing?
Well, I actually got dragged along to ballet when I was about 3 by one of my other friends from school. And that's how it all started, really. Started with just ballet. And then I was like, Mom, can I try this class? Can I try that class? Can I do tap? Can I do jazz? And she was kind of like, I don't really know what this is leading to, but by all means go. I mean, I used to have to be bribed with biscuits to do the parent watching week because I used to get so nervous. But I mean, that's all changed now. I'm loving it.
I mean, if no one's seen you on Instagram, you are incredible. Like, I mean, I feel like I can dance after a few beers. I can't. But I just feel like my body is a bit more looser after a few beers. Yours is just natural. You're just a natural dancer. You're incredible.
Thank you.
You do a lot of dance, like you said, ballet, a bit of jazz. That kind of all comes across on your Instagram as well. Which one do you prefer? Which one's the hardest to perform?
Oh, well, I love a bit of everything. I mean, ballet's where it all starts, and I feel like it's a good base to have that. But I do love a good bit of theatre jazz, a bit of Bob Fosse, who choreographed Chicago and all those great musicals and all that musical theatre kind of jazz. It's just such fun to perform. But in terms of the hardest one, I think tap's quite hard because you have to have all the rhythms and the beats and the sounds all correct because you can't really fake it until you make it as much of that one. But also like in ballet, when you see the dancers in their point shoes right on their toes is also quite tricky, but I love them all. You learn to love it.
It's such a brutal performance art. It's such a brutal piece of art because it is so intense. I mean, I can imagine the practicing, getting the timing right. Like you say, the ballet, some of the positions and things you have to do and various other things as well. It is very demanding on body and stuff as well. I can imagine it takes a toll on body. I can imagine, you get really tired. How do you find it? Do you find you have to like be in the right frame of mind? Do you have to take a lot of time out when you've done lots of performances? How does your body react to it?
So I think it's all about balance, really. You have to have a good mix of doing classes you love, but also training in the gym or doing Pilates. I've just tried out reformer Pilates for the first time. I've become a Pilates gal.
It is brutal.
It's hard, but it's all about balance. It's about knowing when to treat yourself, when to have a break. But also, I think when you love it this much, it doesn't feel like work. And I think that's always a nice thing to come back to. And you remember why you started doing it and why you love doing it. And I think that's such an important thing. So mindset is definitely important. I think you have to be resilient in this industry because there's lots of auditions, lots of rejection. But at the same time, if you love it, then you've got all you need. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you love it so much, it's a bonus that you get paid for it, doesn't it? Isn't
Exactly.
it? Like that's kind of what.
That's the dream.
What's more to love?
Yeah.
But I think you have to also love your side hustle as well. Like I teach like students as well, and I love choreographing and creating my own content and things. So I think you have to, there's so many different avenues you can go down within the performing arts umbrella. So yes, you may just see dance in something, but behind the scenes, there's all sorts of other things you can be doing, teaching and choreography, and I play music as well. So it all comes into it, and it's such a cool umbrella to be involved in.
Because I suppose as well, you get a job, don't you? And it will be like a contract. So it's for like a few weeks or months or whatever. And then it's all over. So is it constantly auditioning? So even though you're like in a show and you've got to do this, you've then got to do another routine for another. Does it get really confusing?
Well, it can be quite confusing when you have all these different songs and routines going around in your head, especially if a lot of people tend to use the same music for their classes or in shows. So if you might end up learning, like there was one point when I was doing a show and then we were doing our summer show at university and classes, and they were all using the same song. So I was trying to remember which moves went with which person. But with the different contracts, you are auditioning quite a lot because they can be anything from like a one-day event to a whole year contract. I think year is probably more standard, but you have to start auditioning kind of like halfway through the contract to know what the next thing is. So it's a continuous cycle, but you have to learn to love the auditions as well. And I think I always just see them as an extra like free workshop really, or free class. So it's quite good.
Tell us a little about Italia Conti, because I don't know what Italia Conti is, but I know you went there and you did your training there. So tell us a little bit about that, what it is, and obviously what you learned from Italia Conti.
So Italia Conti has now been around for over 100 years, and it is a performing arts university. It used to have a secondary school as part of it as well. I don't know if anyone's heard of School for Stars, but that was a program that kind of showed the lives of the secondary school students that went to Italia Conti. But I went at 18 to do the university degree in dance. So you're put through your paces, but you get your money's worth out of every single minute there. We learnt so many different styles, got to meet so many incredible like external teachers that would come in and do guest workshops with us. I tried so many new things that I'd never learnt before. Like, don't know if you've ever seen like the aerial hoop and silks that like hang from the ceiling and people like spinning in them. We were doing that. We were doing tricks. I've never done that before. I'm not going to say I'm Simone Biles now because I can still only do a cartwheel, but it's all part of it. And the more skills you know, then the more likely you are to tick someone's box. Do you know what I mean? So
I suppose it makes you really versatile, doesn't it? So for anything.
100%. There's so many different skills that you never even imagine that you might need to do, and then it will suddenly come up on a casting. We need someone that can horse ride, that can do a backflip, that's 6'2", and you're like, okay, I might have to miss out on that one. But
I mean,
so with the sorry, John.
Go you go for it.
With the types of things that you've performed in so far, is it sort of very solely to do with dance, or have you ever done something that's maybe had a singing or a speaking role sort of alongside it?
Well, I have primarily trained in dance, but we did have singing and acting as well, and I do love singing and acting and would love to be in musicals that you see on the West End, or the classic Singing in the Rain and Chicago and all that kind of thing. So yeah, singing and acting is very important, and I used to do a lot of like amateur dramatics when I was younger as well, growing up. So I was part of all the different communities and all the extracurricular things at school, much to everyone's delight. But yeah, so singing and acting's always been a strong passion as well, and I hope that I get to use it more in the future. But I also think with dance performances, acting actually underpins so much of it as well, because if you're showing a dance or doing a dance in a performance, the acting is so vital because you're telling a story at the end of the day with everything. So you might just think of acting as like learning lines and doing a script, but acting is so like deep, and it's exciting to get to do different things and get into places that you never even imagined. Like I was doing this Greek acting play last year. We were dancing as part of it, and it was an immersive experience, so it was very different to anything I'd done before, but the acting was a strong part of that, and you have to just kind of learn as you go and pick up all these different tips and tricks from people, which is great.
Do you have like a sorry,
you've done it again.
I've not asked any questions yet.
Go on,
I've got some right. I'm putting it out there. I'm the musical theatre nerd out of us three. You two need to pipe down for a second because I'm having way too much fun. If you got like a dream role, is there a particular role or a particular show or whatever it might be where you go, that is potentially pinnacle? Yeah.
So in terms of musicals, I would love to do any of the old golden age classics, like you see the Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, all that kind of era, with like 42nd Street or Top Hat, Singing in the Rain. But also on the other side, I love all the Disney shows, so like Mary Poppins and all sorts like that. But outside of musical theatre, there's also like more like Strictly Come Dancing. I would love to be involved as like one of the extra dancers on Musicals Weekend at Blackpool and everything like that. I just think that would be amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's obviously since graduating, you've already performed in some amazing production and events. But when did things start and feel real for you? Like, when did you go, actually, I'm kind of where I want to be, but you get that realization check, don't you? Like, you pinch myself moment. When did that come? Have you had that yet?
Well, I think it was when I was in second year, and we got the opportunity to audition for Leighton and Nikita from Strictly. They're doing a tour, and Leighton used to go to Italia Conti himself, so he wanted to give back and use students in the performance. So I had no idea what to expect, because they were saying, like, they sent out an email saying, anyone that would like to be considered, put your name forward. We're not guaranteeing that everyone will get an opportunity to do that. So I was kind of thinking like, oh, it's a long shot, but I may as well go for it. And then I ended up actually, me and my friend were the ones chosen for it. So it was such an amazing experience. And I think that was when I was like, wow, this is so cool. Because that was two of my favourite things combined. I've always been such a Strictly fan. And also, who doesn't want to perform in the London theatres and on the West End and do a tour? It was just everything I love all combined together. And I think that was a real pinch me moment. I mean, I've had before, like, I think with dance, you get it with everything you do almost, but that was a real big pinch me moment.
Cool. I mean, as well as that, on your bio, it says you performed at Mighty Hoopla. I have no idea what that is. So tell me what that is.
So it's a music festival in London, similar to the other music festivals you've heard of, like Glastonbury or Reading and stuff like that. But we performed to about 30,000 people that were there. So that was an incredible experience too.
Only a few then? Only a few?
Yeah, just a few. No, and that was also when I was in my third year at Conti, this time last year, actually. It's coming up again very shortly. But yeah, it was, again, something that I never really expected that I would be doing. But I loved every second of it. And we were like performing as backup dancers for one of the music artists, which was a very cool experience. And then we got to spend the rest of the day in the backstage VIP areas watching all the other artists. And it was just such a surreal day, but I loved it.
I can imagine. I can imagine things like that are really infectious as well. You think, I could get used to this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get such a buzz as well, don't you? And the adrenaline and just the whole like atmosphere and all of that.
Yeah, definitely. I think when there's nothing that beats like performing in front of a live audience. I know that there's like in COVID, I think it kind of kick-started again when everything started coming live again and everyone was just so excited, and I think that's just carried on, and yeah, it's just such a buzz. I don't think it'll ever get old.
You can't beat a bit of live theatre though, can you? Like, one thing that I love, obviously you mentioned Strictly, I love Strictly, but I think one thing that makes it, for me, that makes it so magical is that they have a live band.
Yes, I love a live band.
It makes such a difference, doesn't it?
They can take a song and they can just completely sort of change how they do it, and it's just,
nothing beats a live performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I was going to say, Clare Pal, you kind of had the same tiny little experience as what Anna has had, because can you remember when we did the light switch on a few years ago and we dressed you as an elf and we got you doing all the dancing?
Nice.
Yeah, I was on stage doing all the dancing as an elf, trying not to fall off this tiny little stage.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
I don't think you danced quite as well as Anna, but you did. You gave it your best. You gave it your best.
I mean, I was at like youth theatres when I was younger, so I know what it's like being on stage, but I just, I don't know how people do it all the time now.
Yeah. I was going to ask the players, actually, are you both any good at dancing? I mean, like I said, I'm no good. Have you got 2 left feet like me? I've got 2 left feet and I've got really bad balance. Like really bad balance. I look like I've been drinking all day long, but honestly, I don't touch a drop. But it's just, Claire, Stephen, I think you can do a bit of breakdancing, can't you? I can imagine.
I don't mean to brag, but we do Just Dance in some of our PE lessons, and I have nailed Timber. I know it off by heart. I don't even need the screen anymore. I've got this.
I'm impressed.
Is that what you do for your first dance at your wedding?
I mean,
you what? Sorry.
Is that what you're doing for your first dance at your wedding?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Timber's the first dance.
Oh yeah.
What does a typical week look like for you then as a professional performer? Are you constantly rehearsing, practicing? Is that what you're doing pretty much all day, every day?
Yeah, so it depends on the week. It's sometimes very spontaneous and you kind of drop everything to do something sometimes, like particularly with auditions, because that's your chance to be in that room and get in front of the choreographers and people that you want to work with. So I'm very fortunate because the work and teaching that I do, even though it's like consistent each week, they're very understanding of auditions and how the industry works as well. And I think because they're all kind of in that world too, it really helps. So I do my teaching and jobs, and then I also go to London and take classes as often as I can, go to the gym, and then a lot of admin work behind the scenes, just kind of I've been trying, one of my New Year's goals was to reach out to new people each week and just get involved with as many different things as I can and just be brave and put yourself out there, because it actually leads to many more opportunities than you would have done if you hadn't done that. So yeah, just a mix of everything really. Singing classes, dance classes, staying fit and living my life basically.
What do you do for downtime? How do you like switch off from all of that and just like, have a bit of you time? What do you like to do?
See, I would say dancing is my downtime because I enjoy it. But I like a bit of baking. I like a bit of music, playing my piano and flute. But I wish I could say that I wasn't just scrolling on TikTok, but that does take a little bit of time. But no, I like reading as well. And
we all do a bit of doom scrolling, don't we?
Do you have a YouTube channel or anything? Because I know a lot of people who are in musical theatre do that and film their days and then like behind the scenes of what they're doing and things. Do you do YouTube, or do you not have? It sounds like you don't have time for that, to be honest.
No, I haven't posted on YouTube as of yet, but potentially will in the future. Who knows? Yeah. I didn't really have social media till a few years ago, to be honest. So I've just trying to like build that up at the moment, and I only got TikTok like last year, so I've just been figuring it all out really. But the more you create a profile for yourself, the much more likely someone's going to be like, oh, I like what they're doing. Let me see if I can get them in this audition.
And I think especially with TikTok now, it's so like a lot of singers and a lot of artists have started on TikTok, haven't they? So they've just been spotted. So it is a good way to kind of get out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's not just the dancing, though. I think we've spoken about this before on the podcast, is that social media itself is a job in itself because you've got to record, you've got to edit, you've got to post, and creating content as well as living life and dancing. Obviously, you can't film yourself dancing. You have to rely on somebody else doing that for you. It's such a challenging role to take on. And like you said, to be able to get recognized now, we have to rely on social media to discover people. So yeah, it's a mega challenge, and I can imagine that takes up quite a lot of time to be able to do that. Obviously, I found you on Instagram. Instagram's great because you've got some amazing videos on there, obviously performing. Do you want to spill those? Let everyone know where to follow you if they want to follow you, if they're listening.
So on Instagram, it's just at Anna Gellett, Gellett, it's like the razor. And on TikTok, it's just Anna.Gellett. So yeah, that's mainly where I post my things. Instagram's more dance videos, and then TikTok's got the dance videos, but also a few behind the scenes vlogs.
Nice.
Final question then from me. What's the dream from here? Is there a specific show, artist, or role you'd love to take on one day? Is there anything else lined up for this year that nobody knows about yet that you can spill?
So I have auditions and things coming up, and you never really know where it's going to take you. Who knows, from 6 months from now, could be doing something completely unexpected. But yeah, I would love to do some more things related to Strictly and tour with more people. I would love to do a UK tour as a show, like with a musical, because I just think it'd be so nice to see all the different towns and cities in the UK, go and visit all the family that live around. And yeah, that just sounds like a really nice thing. I know touring can be quite taxing and challenging, but either that or on the West End, or who knows, could be something completely unexpected.
Watch this space. And now they've got new hosts on Strictly. You never know, they might be looking for new dancers as well. You never know.
And new judges. I mean, we're here. I've watched Strictly for years. I know what I'm doing.
We're happy to judge it.
Yes.
So
those who can't do.
For you. It's a bit of a random one, so I'm quite a random person. But in your bio at the bottom, you said you like M&S cookies. What's your favourite flavour cookie?
Well, I loved it when they had the gingerbread and white chocolate ones at Christmas. I think that was my favourite. But no, you just can't beat them. They're just so good. I wish I could make ones as good as that, but no.
That's when you know the dancing's paying well, that when you can shop at M&S.
Oh, I wish. No, it's dangerous because there's one right next to one of the dance studios I go to classes at, and I have to resist the temptation every time I go past.
But I suppose also if you were to do like a year's tour, you have to be very careful because it's so easy, isn't it, to be like, oh, I'll just get a cookie from there, or I'll just get something from there, and before you know it, you haven't actually had a full nutritious meal and things. So it's
No, it's very important to fuel yourself in the right way, and there's nothing wrong with having a sweet treat every now and then. But like I said before, it's all about balance and finding what's right for your body, because it's different for everyone. But yeah,
a balanced diet is a cookie in each hand.
Exactly.
Speaking of cookies.
Oh, I love it. Shall we break things up then with a bit of a quiz? Shall we have our head-to-head?
Let's do it.
It's time for a battle of brains, pride, and pure chaos. This is the head-to-head.
It is Anna versus Clare Pal for our head-to-head. This time, like I mentioned earlier on, our head-to-head's going to change slightly because it's us versus the guests. Now, I've tried to make it as simple as possible. We're having a general knowledge quiz, something nice and easy for episode 1 of season 2. So all you need to do, ladies, is write your answers down. There's no timers. But the person with the most correct answers will win a point for either us or the guests. So, patience, quiet. Let's get in the zone. Let's get ready for question number 1. Are you ready for it, ladies? Have you got pen and paper at hands?
Got pen.
Love it. I love it. Right. Question number 1 then. What is the most sold flavour of Walker's Crisps? Plus, Stephen, you can play along if you like. Just don't shout your
I'm
answers
mentally playing along. I'm going to win.
She's going to get them all right.
The pressure's on, Clare Pal. We know you've not got a very good record in season 1, but we'll see how you get on. I mean, there might be a few dance questions. You've no chance then, have you, against Anna? No.
Absolutely none.
You never know.
That was question 1. Then, what is the most sold flavour of Walker's Crisps? You could put any down, really. It's just chance that answer. Question number 2. Which country is brie cheese originally from? Which country is brie cheese originally from? Well, our Claire Stevens got a little smirk on the face. They're like, she knows the answer.
I do like brie cheese.
You like a bit of
I'm
brie?
just too competitive for my own good.
That's question number 2. Question number 3. Where is known as the happiest place on Earth?
Ooh.
Where is known as the happiest place on Earth? I'll give you a clue on this one. It's not a country, it's a attraction.
I think I know this one.
Anna's confident. I like it. Claire's not getting the clue. She's not getting the little...
I'm not sure how Claire hasn't got this straight away. I thought that would be like
I thought
instant
that.
ding.
I thought that was one just for Clare Pal, but
I'm
no.
obviously missing something.
You're gonna kick yourself if you don't get
You
it.
are going to kick yourself. Question number 4. What nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher? What nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher? Am I saying Ferrero Rocher right? Is that how you pronounce them?
That's
Who
how I'd
knows?
say it.
Yeah. Who knows? It's not spelled like Ferrero Rocher, though, is it? It's Ferrero
There's just a lot of bars
Rocher.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, which part is the Ferrero and which part is the Rocher?
Ooh.
One bit's got a nut in it, though. Claire Pal could think of that. Have you got an answer for that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Final question then.
Okay.
In what franchise would you find the character Katniss Everdeen? In what
No idea what
franchise
that
would you
is.
find the character Katniss Everdeen?
I'm just guessing this one.
It's a book series that they turn into films.
Well, I help.
It's not Harry Potter.
I'm out.
I've heard the name, but it's not ringing a bell.
I don't know if it's a book, but I've got an answer. So,
Okay, have we got 5 answers written down?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, let's go through the answers then. Question number 1 was, what is the most sold flavour of Walker's Crisps? What have we got?
Cheese and onion.
Ooh. I said salt and vinegar. I was really unsure between that and
I was going to put salt and vinegar, and then I was like,
I feel like you might be right with cheese and onion.
One of you's got the answer correct. It was indeed cheese and onion.
Oh,
yay!
Oh, well done, Claire.
well done. That
That's
was
probably
good.
my one and only point.
Yeah, I was 50-50 on that one. I wasn't too sure.
Yeah. I'm glad you chose one of the bog standard flavours though, not like a really random
Ketchup
one.
flavour.
Yeah. Which country is brie cheese originally from?
France?
I put French, but I'm from France.
I'll let you have French or France. Yeah, it is French and it's from
Yay.
France. So there you go. I'll be very upset if you don't get this one right, Clare Pal. Where is known as the happiest place on Earth?
Disneyland?
Oh, Claire.
I have no desire to go though.
What have you
It
put
doesn't
down
matter
there?
if you have a desire to go.
I put a country. I put Denmark.
Why?
They are actually meant to be one of the best places to live, but
It was definitely Disneyland. What nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher?
Hazelnut?
yeah, I put hazelnut.
Is correct. Hazelnut. Final question then. In what franchise would you find the character Katniss Everdeen?
Oh, I really wasn't sure.
If I told you it was Jennifer Lawrence, I think the actress that played her, I want to say Jennifer Lawrence. Is it? I think it is. The Hunger Games. Is that right? Jennifer Lawrence?
Oh, maybe. That rings a bell.
Yeah.
I just put K-pop because that's the most recent thing I could think of, but it's definitely wrong.
I put Witcher, but I don't know if it's been a book, but I know it was
Witcher?
yeah.
It was a video game, I think. Might have been a few.
and then they make a TV series out of it or something.
They did on Netflix.
They did.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Right, count them up. How many have you got correct?
At least I put an answer. You've always told at school it's best to put an answer.
Yeah.
Don't leave it blank. I got 3 out of 5.
I got 3 out of 5 as well.
That means we need a tiebreaker question. And luckily,
Tiebreak.
I have got one. So for the tiebreaker question, then, I need you to shout the answer out. The first person with the right, correct answer shouted out will win a point for their team. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The tiebreaker question is, who plays Barbie in the 2023 movie of the same name?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Yes.
Anna said it first.
Well done,
Anna
Anna.
said it first.
Oh.
Anna, you've won a point for the guests. I shouldn't be celebrating really because that means that we're now 1-0 down. But well done to you. You've just won our first head-to-head.
I don't think I let the side down though.
No,
I was
very
very
well.
proud of you.
I did very well.
Yeah.
Well done, ladies.
Other than Denmark, you did well.
There you go. Well done. Right, shall we have our first news story then and get Anna involved in that?
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's have
Could
it.
I
Shall
go first?
Oh, go on then, Claire. You always push it in. Go on, then I'll let you have it.
You are listening to The Mashup After Hours Podcast.
Right. In my defense, it's because my news story weirdly links to one of the questions on the quiz. So recently, Disney have reanimated loads of their like musical films. So the characters are signing all of the lyrics. So it means that those that are hard of hearing can watch the film and the character is actually doing the signing as they're singing.
Oh, that's lovely.
So people that struggle with the hearing can actually still enjoy the lyrics and the colours and everything else and watch it as if they're just watching, well, a performance, an actual performance.
That's amazing.
Aww. I love that.
I really love that.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. If they've still got the I'm assuming it's all animated and it's all digital and they can just go back and edit it and whatever else. But if they've got to remake it, that's quite an hefty job. There's a lot of work involved.
Yeah, I mean, I think it almost looks like they've just reanimated just the characters' hands. Because I've seen a lot of the side-by-sides and everything looks the exact same, but the characters' hands are just moving, obviously. I still think it's going to be a hefty job because they've done quite a few films. So I think they've done Moana, they've done Encanto, and there's another one that they've done. So some of the more recent musical films that they've done. But yeah, they've every single song, every single interaction in the film, they've reanimated it. So it's got it's American Sign Language, but I think there's a lot of crossover, just like American speech and British speech.
Oh,
Do you think they'll do that with like films and TV as well now? Like, you think they'll reintroduce that into live action stuff as well?
I don't think so. I think they'll probably just stick with the person in the corner, doing the little interpretation. But it's just because I think it would be a lot harder to because you'd need to have a very, very specific actor that was able to not only act to the standard they want to act, but also know that sign language as well. So I think it would be very, very difficult to do it in a live action sense. Possible,
and it's a
but
hard
difficult.
language to learn. I did a British Sign Language course online in COVID, and it's a lot more difficult than you would think.
Yes.
No, I'd love to learn
it
sign
really
language. I think it's such a nice thing to be able to do and like show someone that you can actually speak their language. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, any language, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd be terrible if I couldn't obviously hear the TV, because I struggle when I have to read subtitles at the bottom. So I couldn't imagine having to watch a little person in the corner doing the sign language.
I'd have to pause it. I have to pause it to read the subtitles because they go too quickly and I can't read that fast.
Yeah.
I don't know what to focus on.
Yeah.
It's like when you've got a shot of us, like when you go to the cinema and like obviously you're in front of the big screen and there's something happening on two sides of the screen. You're like, well, I can't watch that side and that side. This is not great. I'm going to have to watch it again and just watch that side next time.
You just kind of watch the middle and you're like, make yourself like
Buzz-eyed.
Yeah.
But no, it's incredible that Disney are taking on this as well. I know Disney's got an incredible year lined up with some great films coming out in 2026. Obviously, Toy Story 5, literally just around the corner.
Yes.
The live action of Moana, which is getting a lot of stick. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting time for Disney. So, but yeah, well done to them though for taking on this and giving people obviously the opportunity to watch the films and enjoy it, no matter, regardless of any conditions or anything as well. So yeah, it's a great thing for them to be doing, I think.
Yeah, hopefully that can then pave the way for other companies and things to start doing the same, and more inclusiveness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if they're doing that, obviously DreamWorks and things, obviously with the Shrek films and various other things as well, there's obviously the capability for them to be able to take that on board as well.
Because now there are some like sign language based like theatre productions, aren't there? So they'll always say, "Oh, this one's a sign like the BSL one," and things, which is really good. And even like comedians and things are doing that as well, which I think is great.
They do it at music concerts as well, now, don't they? They've got an interpreter that will stand in front of people explaining what's actually happening. It's very cool.
Yeah, no, it's amazing what they can do, because they can do touch tours as well, and accessible performances for people that need less loud noises and might struggle in a theatre environment normally. So it's so nice to see the inclusivity being shared and what we love being shared to everyone, rather than just the people that can understand it in the same way. It's amazing what they can do.
I think that's the great thing about your art as well, Anna, that your art is universal. Like, you can dance, everyone can understand what is happening. Like, there's no interpretation.
It's a universal language.
Exactly. Same as music as well. I mean, obviously, if it's spoken music, but I mean, stuff like classical and even jazz and various other pieces of music as well is just so universal. You don't have to speak the language to understand what is actually happening in the songs. It's an incredible, powerful platform, isn't it, for art as a whole?
Yeah, it's incredible. And watching like dance pieces, and even if you don't fully understand it, because I feel like it's normally the performers that understand the whole story, and you kind of catch little bits here and there. And that's what I love as well. You can go and watch something twice and pick up bits that you never even realized in the first thing. Same with watching a movie. You see new things and you're like, wait, did that happen? Did I see that the first time? But yeah, it's crazy how stories can be told.
I'm sure they've added that in since I last saw it last week.
It's like every time you watch Star Wars, they've added something new or edited something new into it. It's like changes forever. I love when you watch a film though, and you didn't notice some of the Easter eggs, and Marvel and lots of other series and things are doing this now, where there's lots of things you don't realize as a viewer, but then you watch like a YouTube video where someone's dissecting scene by scene, and you think, wow, that's amazing that they've put so much detail into stuff that is not the center focus of the film. I think it's really, really good. And it keeps you engaged as a viewer then, because you're watching it again to see those and to spot more as the film goes on.
Pixar's very, very good with that. Because they often put like a picture of another character like on the back wall, or like a stuffed toy or something of the next film coming up.
They must have a lot of fun putting them all in.
And it's not until, like you say, someone on YouTube goes through them and you're like, oh my god, like of course Buzz Lightyear was in the background of that clip. I love stuff like that though. Love an Easter egg.
I do. I'm a big fan.
Stay tuned. More from the Mashup After Hours podcast coming up.
Right, I'm going to go next with my news story then. So the other night I was cooking and loads of garlic and fresh ginger was involved. And honestly, it took me days to get the smell out of my fingers. I was scrubbing them like I'd committed some kind of culinary crime scene cleanup, if you know what I mean. But it got me thinking, people cook with these ingredients every single day all around the world. So which country technically has the smelliest fingers? So hold on, brace yourselves. And apparently, if we're talking pure garlic power, South Korea and Italy are right up there. Those cuisines use loads of fresh garlic, onions, and rich ingredients that really cling to your skin. When you chop garlic or onions, they release the sulfur compound called allicin, and once it's on your hands, it basically settles in and it pays rent. But it's not just garlic either. In places like India and Mexico, your hands are probably carrying cumin or chili or turmeric and spice blends all day. In Thailand or Japan, you're adding seafood, soy, ginger, and all those bold flavors into the mix too. Basically, your fingers become a working food passport. Now, important question, if you've got a date in 20 minutes and your hands smell like an Italian restaurant kitchen, what do you do? Well, apparently, the weird trick, and there's a few, is stainless steel. Yep, seriously, if you rub your hands on a stainless steel spoon on your kitchen sink under cold water, and it helps put the smell away from your skin. It sounds fake, but it actually works. You can also use lemon juice or baking soda if you're desperate. I think there's something to do with salt as well that you can use. So tonight's lesson is this: cook boldly, embrace the kitchen chaos, and maybe keep a spoon nearby just in case. But has anybody else had the same issue when you've had garlic or ginger in your thought?
Yeah.
Every time you go to scratch your nose or rub your eye, you're like, oh God, I've got ginger in my eye.
So it's the worst when you have to do the washing inside as well, and in the winter, and then it ends up getting put in the kitchen, and you can still smell like curry or something. You have to rewash it.
Yeah. And I love cooking. Obviously, I like eating, but I like cooking. And I ate smells. I'm a big thing about smells. So like chip pan. If you've ever grown up with a chip pan in your house, it clings to clothes and furniture and everything else for days. It's like when you walk into somebody else who smokes cigarettes, it clings to you. You smell it more than what they do. It's like when you have bacon, like you're cooking food before going out on a night out, but you can smell it constantly on your clothes all night. I hate all of that.
It's like when you used to go to a pub and people used to be able to smoke in a pub, and you'd leave and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, you smell like an ashtray when you get home. Yeah,
exactly. And you just have to put everything in the wash and get in the shower, wash your hair and everything, even if you've just done it before you went out.
Yeah. I mean, are you the same with smells, ladies? Are you conscious about smells? I like to smell good all the time. But yeah, I'm one of these, like if I ever get a whiff of BO and I'm thinking, is that me? And it's never me. It's always somebody around me, but I'm conscious that it's me.
So going to the like garlic and stuff, I'm very conscious if Anna, I'm a beauty therapist, and so if I have someone in the next day for a facial and I'm like, not my breath I'm bothered about, it's my fingers. It's like if I'm massaging them and they have this really nice product that's got lavender in, and I'm like, hang on, is that garlic? So I'm always a bit kind of like, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because there are certain smells that take you back. Like, I love the smell of freshly cooked grass. Like, it just...
Nightmare fuel for me.
Really?
I've got really bad hay fever, so freshly cooked grass, and like my eyes just instantly start like crying.
Yeah. But like when you get school and they all try and throw it down your top. Get your top and throw it. Or was that Michael?
That was just you, I think. No, I mean, I don't stand a chance, because you got to remember, as well as teaching PE, I also teach food. So we do bolognese with year 8s. So that I have got 24 students in front of me that are all chopping onions, all chopping garlic, all cooking. So that's it. I just stink for the rest of the day, and there's nothing I can do. And I'll walk into the office and I'm like, I can still smell it. It's all it's stuck on my clothes, but there's nothing at all I can do. It's just what I live with.
We were taught that if you're cooking, like if you're chopping onions and cooking them and you cry, you put a metal spoon in your mouth.
There's loads of wives' tales. There's people that say, if you turn a tap on, then it doesn't affect. And
there's those goggles as well, isn't there? Those onion glasses.
I think you can also have like a slice of bread or something crazy as well, and it like stops it from coming up. I think in terms of smells, like obviously doing dance and being active a lot, you're always conscious that you don't want to smell, because obviously you're sweating a lot and you're all together all day, every day. So, I mean, with our course at Conti, you kind of just not got used to it. But, like, I mean, everyone smelled nice anyway, because you have to just carry around deodorant everywhere you go. And between every class, it's a quick little spritz. It's a good job they have.
I bet you get through a lot of deodorant then.
Yeah.
Like, not saying that you smell, but if you're constantly doing that much every day and then spraying between classes,
it's always on the tube though that you're like, have these people never heard of deodorant before? What has it the word not got round to everyone?
Yeah, definitely.
Very confined space on that tube, isn't it?
People just get used to the smells though, don't they? They get used to their own smell. And I always get like conscious thinking, surely they must know that they smell. Like sweaty, smelly feet is a big one for me.
I'm sure I heard somewhere that you smell yourself more than what other people smell. So if you have been sweating, you go, oh God, like I stink. Like other people don't smell that as much as what you do. Like your nose is more sort of tuned to it, which then begs the question of, well, if that's actually true, then like you say, John, for those that genuinely do have body odor, how have they not put two and two together?
Exactly. Yeah, my point as well. Yeah, it's a crazy thing. And we're quite lucky that we live in a world now where there's new products coming out all the time to prevent us from sweating as much, or to just completely get rid of any bad odors and various other things as well. But
one thing for me, it's when someone smells like they're a whole like perfume bowl, that they've sprayed that whole bottle, and you just like
hit you in the face.
Yeah, and it gives like it gives me a headache straight away, and I'm like, whoa, like
one extreme to the other.
Yeah, exactly.
like walking through the duty free at the airport.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I like it. Have you got a favourite smell, ladies? Is there any particular smell or product you go for? Any particular perfumes or anything that is your go-to? Or like Claire said, is there a particular smell that you just brings back fond memories? For me, it's like that coconut smell that just reminds you of sun cream on holiday. You know what I mean? Like you smell it. You don't have to be on holiday, but you smell it, you think, I'm on holiday.
I do love the smell of sun cream as well, because it always reminds me of holidays.
Yeah, that's great.
Like summer and holidays and
fresh rain. Fresh rain's a wonderful smell.
No, I love a good like bubble bath with a nice bath soak or something.
Nice.
Just smells nice.
Epsom salt probably for you. You probably have to have a lot of that.
Get the magnesium.
Like muscle soak Radox.
Yeah.
Don't go away. You are with The Mashup After Hours Podcast.
You might recognise this, John and Claire.
Oh, you got yours. Mine is something actually.
But so I thought I've done this news story before, but I didn't give it enough justice because in the last episode,
you're not making it through this.
I couldn't make it through. I fell about laughing, and we just were in fits of laughter. So I haven't made this news story done it justice, so I'm going to do it again.
Okay, I'm excited.
So, for the first time in several decades, Antarctica increased by more than 100 billion tons of ice per year. You two are already laughing.
Because it was funny.
I don't know why I was in hysterics over it, but
it's because you got through like half the first sentence and you went so high pitched, and then me and John just lost it. So when you started that sentence, all I could hear is you going, and I can't.
Well, I have to say, I have had to have a few practice runs of this because I was like, I'm just going to laugh. And it's not even that funny. Antarctica's got more ice. I mean, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Love that for the penguins.
Yeah.
That's so last year news now, though, Claire. It took you all that time to actually say it.
Well, I'm not a news story then.
Well, we've already spoken about it. I think we should move on.
I'll go, shall I? I'll go too.
Shall we make it juicy and have a juicy confession?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, I've missed these.
Step inside. It's safe here. Mostly. Anonymous confessions, cringy moments, and stories you can't unhear. Welcome to The Confession Booth.
Anna, so this is the part of the show where a listener gets to send in an anonymous confession, and we get to read it out on the podcast and have a bit of a chinwag after as well. So we know they're always juicy.
I have no idea what it is.
They have no idea.
Not a clue.
So we're hearing it for the first time as well.
We've had so many since the end of season 1. So here we go. I don't know if it's juicy, this one, but it's definitely one that I think we might be able to relate to. So get ready for this one. So dear John and the two Claires, and Anna, of course, I genuinely don't think I should be allowed access to screenshots anymore, because somehow I've managed to send 2 screenshots to the actual person I was talking about. Not once, but twice.
No.
The first time happened a couple of years ago with the girl at work who honestly thrived on drama. Every shift there, there'd be a new argument, a new issue, or another passive-aggressive Facebook status aimed at someone. Me and my friend were messaging about her after she kicked off in the group chat over something ridiculously petty. I screenshotted her messages and was typing out this whole rant about how exhausting she was and how she somehow managed to make every situation about herself. Except instead of sending it to my friend, I sent it directly to her. The absolute horror I felt when I realized still makes me feel sick now. I remember staring at my phone like maybe if I locked it quickly enough, the message would somehow unsend itself. But no, she'd already seen it. Read receipts on, typing bubble appeared immediately. No. Then came wow. So this is what you really think of me. I honestly considered changing my name and moving abroad. Work the next day was unbearable, she says. She wouldn't even look at me and everyone somehow knew there'd be drama before I'd even walked through the door. We eventually sorted it out, but it was awkward for months. Now you'd think after suffering that level of humiliation, I would have learned my lesson. Nope. Fast forward to last year and somehow I did it again. This time, it was with a guy I'd been casually seeing. Started acting weird out of nowhere. Dry replies, disappearing for hours, suddenly busy every weekend. But naturally, me and my best friend were analysing every detail like FBI detectives. I screenshotted his message where he'd said, "Sorry, fell asleep early." And underneath, I typed, "Funny how he's asleep. How he's always asleep, but somehow online liking girls' photos at 1 a.m. Again, I sent it to him directly, immediately. I actually threw my phone across the room. And the worst part, he replied with, "Didn't fall asleep after all then," with a question mark. Honestly, I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. Safe to say, I now triple check every message before sending anything because I clearly cannot be trusted. Question she's asked us, has this ever happened to either of you before? Kind regards, an anonymous confessor. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. I've slagged somebody off. Spill the beans. Then, while I was having conversations with two people, the one that I was slagging off and the one that I was slagging off to, and I ended up sending the messages to the one I was slagging off about to the person directly. Yeah. So it didn't go very well. I managed to wrindle my way out of it a little bit, but the friendship's no longer existing. So, one of those things.
Didn't go well then.
Didn't go that well, no. But I managed to talk myself out of it a tiny bit. But yeah, not
the worst feeling ever, isn't it? This is why I don't like it, all the sub-group chats that come off the main group chat that you debrief in, but it's a dangerous game because I'll just click on the person that is like, not that we gossip, but...
And then you forget which, you think like you're in a little group chat, a sub-group chat from that group chat, but you're actually in the main group chat. Yeah. And what I don't like on WhatsApp as well is when you delete a message and it says delete for everyone. And then it tells everybody that you've deleted a message. Yes, and they're all like, what did you write? What did you delete? And you're like, there's no point. I might as well just have left it in and be like, oops, sorry, wrong person. Or, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. See, I've not done it where I've been slagging someone off or bitching about someone, but I did it when we were organising a surprise birthday outing for someone very recently. But I luckily remembered it. So all I'd done is we had our main group chat and then we have the surprise birthday group chat. And I'd put something in the main group chat saying, so just confirming we're going to drive round to hers at this time and then she won't know we're all here and all that stuff. Luckily, I realised and I did a delete for everyone. And someone went, what was that message? I was like, wrong group, it's fine. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. And then in the other group, and I'm like, just don't fucking talk about it. That's as close as I've got.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm not slagging someone off, but I was talking about like something that was happening at work to a colleague, and she was like my mum from work, so she was saved in my phone as like mum from work, and I ended up sending it to my mum, and my mum was like, hang on a minute, do you want to chat to me? Like, what's going on? You want to be careful what you send, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, right, okay. I was like, all right, okay.
My mum once did it to me, but again, not in a negative way, but she sent me a picture of a duvet set. And just out of the blue, and I was like, oh, all right. But I messaged back saying, oh, yeah, that's really, really nice. I think that'd go really well in my bedroom. Like, I'm thinking that she was sending it as inspiration. Anyway, next that was supposed to go to your sister. And then my mum, bless her, felt so bad that she bought me the duvet set. Because she was like, you said you liked it. And I was like, well, I did, but it was okay. So yeah, because she was showing my sister what she had bought for her own bedroom. And then, yeah, ended up buying it me because you sent it me instead. And I was like, well, thanks. You didn't have to.
I do get quite a lot of messages through from like various friends and family members that will say like, oh, yeah, that's fine, or I can do that date, or that's fine. And I'm like, and then they're like, oops, wrong person. I'm like, no problem. Like, you're not slagging me off, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I
if
always
it was about me, there'd be an issue. But
yeah, I always just do it when I forget who I'm sending it to, or like it's never about gossip. It's always just I click on the person that I'm not supposed to be sending it to, and they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Sorry."
Or like when you've had a really long day and you're tired, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's their name," but you don't see that there's all like 10 other people's names as well.
Yeah,
that's a question as well. You know, are you in a lot of like group chats?
Yes. And they've all got the same people in. But there'll be like one person that's not in them all.
I mute a lot of them.
We have that, but normally it's because it's someone's birthday surprise. So it's like a group chat with everyone but them so we can plan the birthday. But I feel like every single new performance job that you do ends up having about 5 new group chats. So I've just got so many.
So once that event is over, so if it's a surprise party one or a hen do one or something, when it's over, do you leave that chat or do you stay in it?
I stay in it, but I often have to mute chats because there'll be like 100 messages I'll come back to if everyone just like thumbs up to that. And I'm like, I'm muting the chat.
I don't need to see 100 thumbs up. Like, it's fine.
Why is it so awkward leaving a group chat?
Again, why?
Because when someone leaves, it notifies everyone. Claire left the chat, and it's like, oh, and why she left then?
Someone messages you and be like, "Why did you leave the group chat?" And you're like, no one's used that group chat for months. How did you even know that I've left it? You've obviously looked or been notified, whatever.
Well, I got one the other day from a group chat I was in from about 4 or 5 years ago. That's not been active since then. And it came up the other day that so-and-so has left. And I'm like, why would you leave after all this amount of time?
To be fair, I do that. I have a clear out every now and again.
Yeah, it's come back to the top now, this group chat, because obviously she just left this person. I'm like, why have you left like after all these years when it's not been active? Like, I don't get it.
Every week, we throw out a question, and you lot never disappoint. This is the question of the week.
Anyway, right, the question of the week might get a little bit awkward. Like I said, we had 300 comments on this week's Facebook post, but the question was, what's something that instantly tells you someone is a red flag? Now, I kept all the political replies out, but you could imagine if someone was a Labour member or was so-and-so, if they voted for Brexit and various things like that. So we filtered all those out. We've just got the ones that I found the most interesting. So are you ready for the replies?
Yes.
Do it.
Okay, so Ruth Goldsmith says, people who start a sentence with, I ain't going to lie to you. I get it. Thomas Sanderson says, my instant asshole detector is they start bragging about what they've done and what they've got. Yeah, I can imagine that's not the best way to start a first-time red flagger. Reynold Rolland says, people who keep looking at everything on your property when talking to you, their eyes never stop. I think that means like looking at what you're wearing, if you've got expensive jewelry on and things like that. Is that a big issue? I don't think that's a major red flag. I'm just curious, just checking you out. You could argue that one.
Yeah. Well, then on the flip side, it's like, well, what you're more interested in, what I'm saying or what I look like?
Yeah. Yeah, they always say eyes up here, not down here, don't they, on the first date? So, David McCleary says, when they say they are an MP, that'd put me right off. Janet Mary says, don't look you in the eyes when they are talking to you. I get that, always eye contact. Dave Booth says, nosy people, because they start rumors, spread gossip, usually liars, and they try to discredit people if they challenge them. Very, very straight to the point. Cutthroat, that one. Maria Carmelo says, when they over-compliment you, they're looking for a way to take advantage. Apparently, that's a big red flag. Leslie Mason, I like this one. Female Tottenham supporters with 3 cats. That's a major red flag for them.
That's quite specific red flag, that one.
Don't think you'll run into too many issues with that one.
Yeah, you might be all right with that one. Lucy Holly says, hating cats. Cats represent free will and consent. If you hate a cat, you hate free will and you have anger and control issues. Apparently, that's a major red flag for Lucy.
There you go.
Deborah Shopland says, in the 70s, it was the box of tissues on the back parcel shelf. That was a major red flag.
That's grim.
It is pretty grim. Carol Hornet said, someone who is tight with money. Bill, go on. You got something to say on that one?
No, it's because I feel that sort of, I might be wrong in saying this, but the whole man has to pay on first date thing, and I don't. Well, the thing is, right, so obviously it's been a long time since I was out dating, but when I was dating, I would always offer to pay my half. And if the man paid for the first meal, I would say, right, well, I'm going to get the second date then.
Yeah.
I'll pay the second date. But I know some people think that someone is being tight with their money because they don't instantly pay for a lady. And I'm like, no, like that. If they said, oh, should we split it? That's not a red flag for me. That's just someone that's, I don't know, being conscious with money. I was very, very flattered. Like, for my fiance, for example, when we went out for a meal, he was like, absolutely not. I insist. I am buying you this meal. I was very flattered, and it was a lovely compliment, but I wouldn't have thought any less of him and think it was a red flag if it had taken me up on my offer of, are we splitting it sort of thing. Yeah. And that might be me reading into that too much, because I also know people that if you go out for a meal, they'll literally be like, right, you owe me £22.36, please. And it's exactly, and you must send me that exact amount of money. And it's I don't like that.
Yeah, that'd be a red flag for me.
Yeah, but it's whether you look at, if a man doesn't instantly offer to pay for everything, is that then being tight with money? Because I don't agree with that.
But also, with that whole thing, it can kind of depend on, well, actually, you might earn more.
Yeah.
You know, he might have been saving for like weeks or whatever just to be able to do that. And I think also now, because there's such a thing about being a feminist and everything, I think a lot of men are a bit more kind of like, do I pay? Do I not? Do I offer? Do I say go halves? I don't want them thinking I'm tight. So I think it's really difficult for them now.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot harder for men than it is for women. Because, like I say, I would always offer and go, no, I'm more than happy to split this. And like I say, if they paid, I'd be like, no, I'll get the second date. But that's me leading it. Whereas I completely understand that if I wasn't quite as forward with that, that's very difficult. Because some women, that genuinely is a red flag for them. Not paying on the first date, that's a red flag, and they don't like that.
I think it's a generational thing, because I've not dated for 18 years because obviously I've been with Megan ever since. But like, I was brought up to be the gentleman, so you would just instantly be the person to pay for it. You'd be the one that opens the doors for the ladies. You'd open, pull the seat out for them. So that's just the way I've been educated. But now, like you said, in this day and age, I think the generation has changed, and the aspect and the thought process of that dating experience has changed as well. So I'd struggle now if we ever became single. Like, I genuinely wouldn't know how to date now. I don't think. I think the landscape's changed massively. Tinder and everything else. I wouldn't have a clue.
I think it's if the woman expects. Yes. If the woman expects, I personally, I don't agree with that. I think if a man offers, I find that very flattering. I think that's a really lovely gesture that they're doing, but it's not an expectation. It's when somebody expects is when I think there's red flags.
Yeah.
I also think the whole red flag term and icks and everything that everyone chats about now is so like, people get so caught up on the tiniest of things, and people out there dating are like, I don't know how to act, because they might find this a red flag, they might find that a red flag. It's just about like finding the compatible person for you. But I feel like it is a challenge, and it's tricky out there.
I can imagine. And like I said, the landscape's so different to what it was like 18 years ago. I genuinely wouldn't know where to start. Bill Brodrin says, people who complain about the way you do something, even when they've never done it themselves. I get that. This one made me laugh. Wendy Slevin says, a limp handshake. Ew, not a person to trust. Really? You don't shake hands on a date like, hello, nice to meet you. I think
Very formal.
It's a hug, isn't it? It's like a kiss on the cheek, maybe. I don't know. But again, old-fashioned, maybe. This one is a big one for me, actually. Paul Stoker says, being a funny eater, like eating, like I've got a bit like I don't like sausages or I don't like Indian food or things like that. That'd be like a big thing for me. James Passyfall says, anyone who starts a sentence with so. So, what have you been up to today? Get it. And then this one, I had to finish on this one because I thought it was by far the funniest. Lee Rona says, a murder conviction. I don't trust those people.
I saw that one.
I thought that was brilliant.
Some red flags are much bigger than others.
Definitely.
Top advice.
There was 300 comments, and that was by far the only ones we could read, even on a podcast. So you could imagine.
Isn't there that show on Netflix that's about I don't know what it's called, but it's that woman who dated a serial killer, and he basically told her that he'd killed someone. Like years ago.
Yeah, I've seen that advertised.
And they started dating and things. And then she actually started working with the police to try and get him.
Oh, I think I saw the trailer for that, actually.
Yeah.
There was an advert.
I don't think it was called, though.
No, I don't know, but I saw the advert because she was on the phone to the police. She put her phone on the table whilst he admitted to her that he did it. Yeah.
The thing is now, if it's not on Netflix, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yes, very true.
Yeah. Ladies, that is the end of our episode 1 of season 2. It's been a pleasure having you here with us, Anna. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed getting involved.
It's been great.
It's been a pleasure. Do you want to say one last time if people want to listen, if they're listening, if they want to go and follow you on social media, where they need to go to do that?
So Instagram at Anna Gellett, Gellett, and TikTok Anna.Gellett. Yay.
Fantastic. Anna, I wish you the best of luck. I hope the career goes well. I hope to see you on Strictly Come Dancing at some point. Please let us know if you are on Strictly, because I don't normally watch it. I mean, Claire will probably know before any of us.
Well, I'll be like the reporter who's like, guys. Can we have you autograph now just before you, and we can say we were the ones who helped you.
Yeah.
We made it happen. It happened right here, folks. But no, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck with everything. I hope it all goes well for you. And I feel like I said, the ladies need to follow if they haven't already on Instagram, because the videos, the dancing is just incredible. You're destined for great things, I feel. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll hopefully catch you again very, very soon.
Yes, thanks. It's been a pleasure.
And ladies, we've smashed it. We've done our first episode. I know it only took 10 weeks to go for season 2, but it's been a pleasure having you both with me again. Shall we do it again next week?
Go on then.
Or should we have another 10-week break?
I tell you what, 10 weeks will pretty much be my wedding day.
I know, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You need to do it all before then, because I feel like you're going to be mega busy.
Yeah.
It's going to be great fun.
We'll have another guest with us on the next episode, but thank you so much for listening. If you've been listening, it's been a pleasure having you with us, and we'll hopefully see you again soon. Ta-ra! See you later, everyone. Wave.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Love the chaos of the mashup after hours? Then don't miss John's Weekend Mashup. Live every Sunday from 9 a.m. on Crags Radio and on TikTok.